Hello. Go ahead and get back. We're continuing our search for Daedric artifacts. So I don't know how many Daedra there are. I know I have all those Daedra books. I actually need to sit down and read them. Might do that whenever we head back to our house, so we know how much we have to actually do. So we have source of power. Anything making us run down. Let me see what the other one's for. Return to the shrine. Okay. So yeah, so no clue. I assume if I read a couple of the Daedra books I found, we get a clue of how many Daedra we actually need to find. And I think probably the best way to find them, if we can't, I know of several off the top of my head. After that, I think I know we got the Shrine of Azura from Rumors. So if we were to go ahead and do start asking innkeepers about rumors, I think we could probably find. Gosh dang it. I have, for some reason, two Talos ones that we can't drop. Oh, because it's oh yeah, it's for that guy in Solitude.
It just feels right somehow, having this new life as an adventurer. It's what I was meant to do. No problem. How can I help?
When do we tell him that we're planning on sacrificing him? I think we shouldn't. Poor guy. I know there's several in Markarth, Daedra quests. So there's, I think, Molag Bal, and then there's like, I think, the one where you bite people. Then there's another one, Falkreath, we can do with Hircine. I know that much. And then Azura, and I think that's all of the ones I know about. Watch it be like, oh yes, all 37 Daedra, and you're like, this is gonna be a long time, isn't it? I don't think there's 37 Daedra. I assume there's probably 9, because I think they're just the polar opposites of the Aedra, as far as I know. There's probably 9 of them, so we only need like 4 more afterwards, I think.
What do you need?
See what this guy has. Hey, you want to take that? Nice, thank you. I don't want to keep all this though. Does he have anything useful? He has quite a bit of ebony. Could always use more ebony, that's for sure. I think that's probably good enough. Grab some more iron. Always good to have iron. Alright. We also need to find mines. If we can find a ebony mine, that would be fantastic. Because I think I'm gonna need probably about 30, and then like a bunch of Daedra hearts for Daedric armor. So this is actually, I didn't realize this was just a path straight to the Stormcloaks. You know, you think they'd be nice, because especially if they're coming out from here, and there's this giant fort with the Forsworn, you think they would just kill them, because it's going to be a nuisance every time you leave. Plus, they can tell every time you leave where your camp is, and they can just be like, "Hey, Imperials, do we have some news for you?" And then just sell you out. You just kill them. You just, maybe, I don't know, take the fort, but the fort's too obvious. You just empty out the fort. Just kill everyone who ever enters the fort. But so far I'm having a good day. I'm excited to say that Skyrim wasn't like freaking out and not letting me play it today, so I managed to just get straight up into playing Skyrim. I'm not seeing any other places that we haven't hit, and we were doing a pretty good job clearing the map. I don't know if I get I know I got an achievement on Steam for 50 for fist raise for 50 dungeons cleared. I wonder if I get one for clearing all the original games. All right. Look how far we've come. Oh hey. Yeah, I didn't realize that was. It's cool seeing the encounters as you get higher up in level. Because you know, I've only recently started my motto of never fast travel because you miss stuff. And I got that because of the unique dialogue you get with Delphine if you don't fast travel to Kyne's Grove. And so now that we're seeing the higher up level encounters, like a full set of giants, I think is really cool. Also, I find the Nirn route annoying, but also I like the noise. And I know that the Nirn route is also in Oblivion, so that'll be exciting. I don't know anything about it or why. Yep, we're reaching uncharted territory right here. There we go. I think I have probably like 20 some giant toes at this point. And then once I get level 100 on smithing, I plan on doing something bold. That way it's not like I just stall out the game at like level 40, I don't go any higher. Is we're gonna start doing two-handed and light armor. Because my guy is supposed to be a warrior, and we're gonna make him the best warrior of all time. Which is probably gonna suck, but I'm okay with it. It's gonna suck initially because we don't have any perks into stuff, but I think it'll get better once we get stuff rolling. And I also just plan making using blocking as a where you make him legendary and you keep going. I really like the landscape of Skyrim. I'm really hoping that in Redfall we get like the landscape of Markarth as it goes into like the mountains there. But I think Redfall is in the other side of High Rock because it's more Hammerfell, which I'm excited for. I think the Redguards are really cool. Who's fighting? Who's fighting? Dude, if this hunter beats the cat, I'm gonna be impressed. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, look. I think this is the first shrine of Zenithar I've ever seen. I have to tell the wife and the kids not to get too accustomed to Eric the Slayer. I think I've only done... See, the main Daedra quests I've done are the Falkreath ones and the Markarth ones. And I normally got high enough for the Boethia level once, but I never did it. Well, I think that turned out pretty well. So what we'll do with our other armor, is we'll hold on to a set onto one hand, like a sword, just in case things get difficult, and I'll swap to light armor. I plan on doing that once we get level 100. I can just get the dragon scale armor, and we can just start getting stronger. Anything up here? Oh, there's a chest. Cool.
What was that? Now you're mine. The white take you.
Time to end this little cave. You won't leave Skyrim alive! No more!
You know, but everything I can hand my children, why can't I hand them necklaces?
You in the back.
That's my question.
Split your belly like an old woman's purse.
I assume we can make dragon arrows. I don't remember. We haven't run into a dragon in a while. We have thief. Honestly, since we handed over Sadia, or Eamon, as she's actually called, I thought they would disappear. I also didn't realize this is the cave for it.
Yes. Yes. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?
Can I just kill everyone in here? You're not really doing anything to me, though. Yeah, let's just leave. They want to stand in a cave all day. Let them. I like the outlook here. You know what? I kind of root for the Empire in general. But in the next game, if you're like, oh yeah, you choose the Alakir, the Empire, or the Eldmary Dominion, I'm picking the Alakir every day of the week. No questions asked. I'm going in reverse. I don't know what way I'm going at this point. I think I'm going the right way. I'm going the wrong way. If we run into, yep, okay, we're going the wrong way. Yeah, so whenever we beat this playthrough of Skyrim, just as a plain old, warrior, we're gonna start, I am getting super lost for all the time for no reason. We're gonna start Arena, and I'm gonna have to read up on Arena because what I've heard about it is there's only technically one build you can do to actually, if you want to actually beat the game. And I'm gonna at least see what's the best build to do for you when you're first playing it and try to understand the basics of the game. I'm sure there's some sort of manual online you can just find, and I'll have to read through it before I continue on my endeavor. Because I don't want to play that blind, because the older games are kind of finicky and tricky. Then we can see what we can learn about it. And then I also plan on, once I beat this actually, I'm going to start doing videos of the different factions and of just interesting lore bits, because I think I'm putting together different pieces of the game. I know I don't want to do one about the dragon cult and the various temple sanctuaries, monasteries, and then their main cities, what they probably were. And then all of that requires me to actually beat the game and have all like the books and info I need to really talk about it. The main one I'm really excited for is Who Wanted Who Dead for the Dark Brotherhood, in which I'm planning on doing the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild with my mage build, because I don't want to cover anything I'm doing, any sort of skill I'm doing with this character or my next Skyrim character. So we're gonna go through everyone on the hit list for the Dark Brotherhood, and we're gonna see who's probably the candidate who wanted them dead. We could start out with the first one, because I have an idea of who was the actual person who wanted to be dead, who has the contract out on them for the shack in Morthal, where it's like, do you know which one's the guilty one? I have an idea of who's the guilty person, which I want to make a video about. Which I could start that and say like, hey, tune into me streaming. Those are my plans for the channel. Plus I'm gonna play other games such as Pokemon. I like ROM hacks, so I'll probably play some ROM hacks. I have some Steam games I'd like to play. I'm gonna try to limit it to 2 games at a time, or else I'll never complete anything in my life. Which I don't know how long stuff like Arena is gonna take. I don't know. I assume because it's I think it came out in 91, 92 or something, that it's gonna be rather short. I could be wrong. But then I also think that I know Daggerfall is gonna be a we're gonna have to do several runs of Daggerfall. And then we're gonna hit up Battlespire. Daggerfall has like something crazy like 15 different endings, and plus there's all a bunch of different guilds you can do. So that's gonna be a definitely a, we're gonna have to play like probably about every other time. Do a Daggerfall playthrough, try to get the different endings. Oh, this seems like a reasonable place. I'm gonna take the troll skull if I have enough room for it. Yep. The Lady Stone. Those on the sign of the Lady regenerate health and stamina more quickly. You may only have one sign at a time. Go ahead and head south because I think our house is right around there. Because this is the... Yep, okay, yeah, these are the two Nordic ruins next to each other that connect to each other. So this Nordic ruin kind of feels like it was like an arena based on
Don't you walk away from me.
I mean, if you look at like the interior, it has like that spiraling main area. It kind of makes sense to me if that was kind of like a gladiatorial arena for just combat. Because yeah, like the dragon cult was like a religion, but like that took up a lot of Skyrim. But like it wasn't. They still kind of still did Nord things. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a if that was a like a arena like in Oblivion. That, and plus another thing that makes me think that is I think that the there are different spots there. I have to go check that area again, but I think there are different spots that take you up to the next floor, kind of like it raises like the arena champion. I would ask the bard to play a song, but I legitimately don't know if I could get copyrighted for having them sing like the Age of Aggression or the Age of Oppression or something. So at this point I wouldn't be surprised at all by anything. So rather than being sorry, we're gonna be safe.
Papa, you're home. I got you a present, Papa. I hope you like it.
Oh, thank you. Dude, how horrifying would it be if it was like someone's severed head? I'm like, oh no. Mother's Sweet Kiss Tragedy in Black. Ancestors and the Dunmer. Looking for Daedra. That's right. Don't I have another Daedra heart I can put in here? I can put downstairs. I may have missed it because I think it's Adra and Daedra is the book. There we go. So let's see who the Daedra are. I'm sure are there Adra quests in this game? I have no clue about that. If there is. Adra and Daedra. The designations of gods, demons, Adra and Daedra are universally confusing to the layman. They are often used interchangeably. Adra and Daedra are not relative terms. They are elvish and exact. Azura is a Daedra both in Skyrim and Morrowind. Adra is usually translated as ancestor. Yeah, I don't know who I've never done an Azura quest before. Ancestor, which is as close as Cyrodiilic can come to this elven concept. Daedra means roughly not our ancestors. This distinction was crucial for the Dunmer, whose fundamental split in ideology is represented in their mythical genealogy. Adra are associated with stasis. Daedra represents change. Adra created the mortal world and are bound to the earth bones. Daedra, who cannot create, have the power to change. As part of the divine contract of creation, the Adra can be killed. Witness Lorcan and the Moons. The protein Daedra, the protein Daedra, the protean Daedra for it's witness like a Dremora Lord in like a workout gear. Like try protein Daedra, whose rule do not apply, can only be banished. All right. So that kind of explains some things. The basis, I guess. They keep mentioning Lorcan. Never heard that one before. Is that a Daedra or an Aedra? They were missing Swimmer Inquiries Volume 2. We gotta find that one. Do you have any other books on the Daedra? This is the books I have. Alright. We're missing several books of Dance and Fire. Man, I wish we grabbed 5. A Minor Maze, Daedra and Aedra, Ancestor of the Dunmer, Ancestors and the Dunmer, Alduin is Real. Alduin is Real might tell us more about the dragon cult and what they believe. You know, there's Shore, there's Alduin, and there's Kine. And it seems like Alduin and Akatosh are interchangeable for them. Like they're the same thing. Which that'd be a plot twist if it's actually the case. Dwarven. Fall from Glory. We're getting more into Mortal Blood, Incident at Necrom, Letter from a Friend, Letter to Steward, Lost Legends, Magic in the Sky. Nords of Skyrim. That might tell us something more of the Dragon Call. Let's take that one. Olaf and the Dragon. That might tell us something more. I mean, I could just search all the Daedras on like Google, but I'm kind of wanting to try to find it on here first. Sithis, or that one. So Sithis is like the dad of Aedra and Daedra, from my understanding. He was like before them, which is interesting. But Sithis is kind of big sketchy. The Aim of the Kings, Alduin. Okay, there we go. Grab this one. Arcturian Heresy, the Book of Daedra. There we go. The Dragon War, the Four Tomes of Volsky, the Hope of Veteran, Knights of the Nine. I might tell us more about. I think that's the like that and the Oblivion Crisis are interchangeable. If it's low key the I think the Song of Pelennor too. If it's low key like a Oblivion quests and stuff, I'll get to that when I play Oblivion. Wraith's Wedding Dowry, Yellow Booker Riddles, Blade of Woe. Okay. Yeah, give me this stuff.
Good day, friend. Keeping well? No problem. How can I help?
I mean, if only we kept Sven alive long enough to get brutally murdered. Thank you, sir.
Let's get going.
I don't think you want to get going. I think you want to stay here as long as we possibly can, buddy. Alright. I'm gonna go find a seat. Like, he's just trying to not make eye contact with me. Alright. Let's start with Alduin's Real. Alduin's Real, and he int Akatosh by Thromgar Ironhead Proud Nord. Clearly this is going to be a very relevant book. Is my da used to say, as my da used to say, Imperials are idiots. This is why I'm writing this book. I ain't never wrote a book before, and I do not reckon to write one again. But sometimes a man must do what a man must do. And what I must do is set record straight about the god called Akatosh and the dragon called Alduin. They ain't the same thing, no matter what them Imperials might say, or how they might wish it to be so. My dad was never one for the gods, but my ma was. She worshipped all the divines and taught me lots of things. So I know a thing or two about Akatosh. I don't know why I'm reading like this. Just as as much as the Imperial, I know he was the first of all the gods to take shape in the beginning place, and I know he has the shape of a dragon. My da even told me the story of Martin Septim, and the main thing that happened when the gates of Oblivion open. All right, this might be I kind of know about this anyway, just from lore videos and stuff, and from playing somewhat of Oblivion. Septim turned into the spirit Akatosh and killed Mehrunes Dagon. Now I don't know about you, but any dragon that fights the Prince's direction is okay by me. Now I hope you understand the problem. Akatosh is good. Everyone from Nord to Imperial knows that. But Alduin, he ain't good. He's the opposite of good. That Alduin is evil through and through. So you see, Akatosh and Alduin cannot be one and the same. Growing up as a lad in Skyrim, I heard all the stories told about my dad, who was told by his dad, who was told by his dad, and so on. And one of the stories was about Alduin, but see, he was not Akatosh. He was another dragon, and a real one at that. Akatosh is some kind of spirit dragon, I think, when he bothers to be a dragon at all, and not a god living in some kind of god place like Oblivion. But Alduin is a real dragon with flesh and teeth, and the mean streak longer than the White River. And there was a time when Alduin tried to rule over Skyrim with his other dragons. In the end, it took some mighty strong heroes to finally kill Alduin and be done with his whole sorry story. I got to ask, does it sound like Akatosh to you? No, friend. No, it does not. And so I, Thromgar Ironhead, do firmly say, the uttermost conviction, that Alduin is real, and he ain't Akatosh. Yeah, we heard it here first. Yeah, Eltree's nose, yeah, whatever. Let's see what we can learn from Nord to Skyrim. Nord to Skyrim. Nord to Skyrim, my people, my pride. Respected reader, my name is Hrothmund Wolfheart, and I am a Nord. But more importantly, I am a Nord born and raised in the land of Skyrim. I write this volume in the desperate hope that the rest of Tamriel can come to know my people as they deserve to be known, and understand this province for what it truly is, a place of uncontested beauty and culture. Some of what you know is undoubtedly true. Physically, we Nords are an impressive, often imposing sight, tall in stature, strong in bone, and thick in muscle. Our hair is often fair, our worn braided, as has been the custom for generations. Often we are swathed in the hides of beasts, for such creatures are abundant in Skyrim, and we would be foolish not to take advantage of such available resource. Having read this far, you may be shocked at the strength of my words and the literacy of a northern savage. Many Nords can both read and write. My father began my instruction in the way of letters when I was but a bairn, as did his father and his father before him. But the accomplishments of Skyrim, the accomplishments of the children of Skyrim, are multitude and go beyond mere wordcraft. For we are artisans as well, and through the ages we have learned to manipulate steel the way a sculptor would clay. Indeed, I have seen with my own eyes visitors from High Rock and Cyrodiil weep in disbelief as they beheld the blades wrought in the fires of Skyforge and honed to beautiful deadliness by the gods' touched hands of Clan Greymane. But how can this be true, you asked? How are such achievements possible from people who have yet to emerge from the muck and snow? Again, provincial bias clouds the truth. The cities of Skyrim are a testament to Nord ingenuity and craftsmanship. Chief among them are Solitude, the High King and capital of the province. Windhelm, ancient and honored, a jewel in the snow, Markarth carved into living rock itself in ages long since past. Riften nestled in golden shadows of the fall forest, whence comes delicious fish and mead, and Whiterun, built around the hall of Jorvaskr, home of the most noble companions and revered Skyforge. And now, respected reader, you have the full measure of it. We Nords are everything you imagine, so much more. But let not this work be your only gateway to the truth. Book passage on carriage or vessel, and make the journey north. See Skyrim with thine own eyes. See Skyrim as have the Nords, since the gods first shaped the world. Olaf and the Dragon. Let's see what this one. Olaf the Dragon by Andonado Leotelli. One of the more colorful legends of Norse folklore is the tale of Olaf One Eye and Numenix. Long ago in the First Age, a fearsome dragon named Numenix ravaged the whole of Skyrim. The dreadful drake wiped out entire villages, burned cities, and killed countless Nords. It seemed that no power in Tamriel could stop the monster. This was the troubled time in Skyrim's history, for a bitter war of succession raged between the holds. The Heralds might have been able to conquest the beast if they had worked together, but trust was in desperately short supply. A skillful warrior named Olaf came forward and promised to defeat the beast. In some accounts, he is the Jarl of Whiterun. In other versions of the legend, Olaf promises the people of Whiterun that he will capture the monster if they will name him Jarl. At any rate, Olaf ventures forth with a handful of his most trusted warriors and seeks the beast out, eventually finding Numenix in his lair on Mount Anthor. Needless to say, it's an epic battle. First, Olaf comes at the dragon with his axe and his shield. Some variants of the legend say that Olaf and the beast battle with blades and claw for days, but were to eventually evenly match for either to gain an advantage. Most accounts hold that Olaf, perhaps frustrated that his weapons are completely ineffective against the dragon, finally casts aside, giving voice to the rage that has been building within him. Olaf unleashes a terrible shout. Here again, the stories diverge. Many accounts hold that Olaf did not realize that he possessed the power of dragon speech, while others suggest he had long possessed the gift, but wished to test himself against the dragon in martial combat first. Virtually all variations of legend, however, agree what happened next. Using the awesome powers of the dragon language, Numenix and Olaf engage in an epic shouting duel atop Mount Athor. So forceful are their words that they are said to have shattered the stone and split the sky. Finally, Numenix collapses from a sheer combination of injury and sheer exhaustion. Somehow, this detail is conspicuously absent in virtually every account. Olaf manages to convey the dragon all the way back to the capital, Whiterun. The people of Whiterun are suitably impressed with Olaf's hostage. They build a huge stone holding cell at the rear of the palace, which they renamed Dragon's Reach. This enormous cell serves as Numenix's prison until his death. Olaf himself eventually becomes the High King of Skyrim, putting an end to the War of Succession. Presumably his great deed made him the only leader upon whom all the people could agree, so that the land once again has peace. As visitors to Skyrim, this tale is both fascinating and highly entertaining. It's one of the most celebrated legends of the Nords, and one can easily understand why. It's a story of surpassing heroism, in which a resourceful and worthy Nord does battle with a truly terrifying adversary and emerges victorious by yelling him into submission. The only way in which it could have been even more a Nordic tale would Olaf beat Numenix in a drinking contest. The legend is not without its doubters, however. The bard Zvaknir, who lived during Olaf's reign, wrote and performed an alliterative. That is a word an alliterative. There we go. verse that challenged Olaf's version of events. Enraged, the High King threw the rebellious bard in prison and destroyed all written copies of the verse. How I could love to lay hands on a copy of that verse. I admit I am immensely curious to know what assertions, Svaknir made about how Olaf really defeated Numenix. There are few ancient bard texts that provide one possible answer. These tombs suggest that Numenix was particularly foul-tempered because he was extremely old. In these accounts, the dragon spends his final years terrorizing the countryside before flying off the top to Mount Athor to die in peace. When Olaf finds Numenix, the dragon's too weak to defend himself. Olaf and his men capture the beast without effort, but decide to take advantage of the situation by fabricating a heroic tale. It is worth noting that all of Olaf's warriors who were said to witness the shout duel went on to become wealthy leaders during Olaf's reign as High King. However, it is equally likely that Svaknir had some grudge against Olaf, and his scandalous verse was attempted to damage the High King's reputation. Alas, we'll never know. I leave you now, good reader, with this gentle reminder. A good historian must remain impartial and consider all points of view. Time has a way of distorting a record of events, so the closer you can get to the original sources, the better. So it's interesting. I don't think any of that book was probably true anyway, because a lot of the stuff was off. Like Mount Athor, I thought it was Mount Anthor. I could be wrong. Then we have supposedly the whole Dragon's Reach was made to capture Numenix, not hold him captive. So I take all that with a huge grain of salt. I don't think that book's even remotely accurate. Alduin Akatosh Dioctomy, Book 7 of 2920, the last year of the First Heir, by Alexandre Simon, High Priest of the Akatosh Chantry Wayrest. As High Priest of the Akatosh Chantry, I have dedicated my life to service of the great dragon. He was first at the beginning, who is the greatest and most powerful of all divines. He who is the very embodiment of infinity. I, quite obviously, a man of deep and unwavering faith, but not blind faith. For I am also a man of scholarly endeavors, and have always valued education and pursuit of truth in all of its forms, and so I have had the honor and privilege of making my life's work to discover the truth of about Akatosh and all about our beloved divine's incarnations throughout the civilized world, and I refer not only to empire but to every nation on Great Nirn that has embraced the virtues of learning and letters. The great dragon is worshipped. Usually the highest of divines is referred to it as Akatosh, but what some may not be aware is that he's occasionally referred to two other names as well. The Aldmer refer to Akatosh as Ariel. The Nords call him Alduin. These names come up repeatedly in certain ancient texts. In each one, it is clear that the deed in question is none other than whom we call Akatosh. Yet there are those who believe, even in the enlightened age, that this is not so, that the regional interpretation of Akatosh are not interpretations of Akatosh at all. Rather, they are references to altogether different deities who may or may not share the same aspects of or be the great dragon at all. Many Altmer Somerset Isle worship Ariel, who is the soul of Anuiel, who in turn is the soul of Anu, the everything. Learn about Anuiel from Sithis' book, and who's in turn the soul of Anu, the everything. And Sithis is what, like the nothing? So we have Anu and Sithis, the everything. But you ask the high elves themselves, as I did when I traveled to Somerset Isles to continue my research, the majority will concede that Ariel is Akatosh with a different name, colored by their own cultural beliefs. So maybe it comes to surprise the real theological dissension lies in Skyrim among the Nord people, renowned as much for their stubbornness as their hardiness and prowess on the fields of valor. When I journeyed to the stark white province, I was surprised to find that people whose views on Akatosh are almost diametrically opposed to those of the Altmer. The majority of Nord people seem to believe that Alduin of legend is not Akatosh, but another deity entirely. A great dragon, yes, but not the great dragon. Determined to get to the heart of the matter, I consulted with several Nords, chief among them an old and respected clan chief by the name of Bjorn Much Bloodied. And what surprised me the most when I talked to those I talked was that they believed in Alduin. They believed in Alduin instead of Akatosh, but they recognized Alduin in addition to Akatosh. In fact, most children of Skyrim seem to view Akatosh in much the same way I do. He is, in fact, the great dragon, the first among the divines, perseverance personified, and more than anything, a force of supreme good in the world. Alduin, they claim, is something altogether different. Whether or not he is actually a deity remains in question, but the Alduin of Nord folklore is in fact a dragon, but one so ancient and so powerful he was dubbed the World Eater, and some accounts even have him devouring the souls of the dead to maintain his own power. Other stories revolve around Alduin acting as some sort of dragon king, uniting the other dragons in a war against mankind, until he was eventually defeated at the hands of one or more of the brave heroes. It is hard to deny that such legends are compelling, but as both high priest and scholar, I am forced to ask the most important questions: where is the evidence? The Nords of Skyrim place high value in their oral traditions, but such is the core of their unreliability. A rumor passed around the Wayrest Market Square that can change so dramatically in the course of a few simple hours. But at the end of the day, one might believe half the city's residents were involved in a number of scandalous activities. How then is educated, enlightened person possibly supposed to believe a legend that has been passed down word of mouth only for hundreds, even thousands of years? The answer to such a question is simple. He cannot. And so my conclusion that the Alduin of Nord legend is in fact mighty Akatosh, whose story grew twisted and deformed through centuries of retelling and embellishment. Through no real fault of their own, the primitive peoples of Skyrim failed to understand the goodness and greatness of the great dragon, and it was their lack of understanding that formed the basis of what became ironically the most impressive creative achievement: Alduin, the World Eater, phantom of bedtime stories, and justification for ancient, if imagined, deeds. So we know that guy's wrong too, and that pretty much all those rumors that he heard about Alduin were all true. And now we're gonna let's go and do the Dragon War. We can hop back to the Daedra. The Dragon War by Torhall Bjork. In the Merithic era, when Ysgramor first set foot in Tamriel, his people brought with them a faith that worshipped animal gods. Okay, that's what we see in the Hall of Stories, a bunch of different depictions of animals. His people brought them with faith and worshipped them as animal gods. Certain scholars believe these primitive people actually worship the divines as we know them, and just in the form of these totem animals. Okay, so then the totem puzzles are all for the gods too. They deified the hawks, wolf, snake, moth, owl, whale, bear, fox, and dragon. So I'm assuming that the wolf is Kine and the dragon Alduin. Not sure what Shore is. Every now and then you can stumble across the broken stone totems in the farther reaches of Skyrim. Foremost among all the animals was the dragon. In the ancient Nordic tongue, it was Dragkon. Occasionally, the term Dovra is used, but the language or derivation is not known. Either using the name was forbidden to all except the dragon priests. Grand temples were built to honor the dragons and appease them. Many of them survive today as ancient ruins haunted by Draugr, undead dragon priests. Dragons being dragons embrace their role as god kings over men. After all, they were not fashioned in were they not fashioned in Akatosh's own image? Were they not superior than every other in every way to the hordes of small soft creatures that worshipped them? For dragons, power equals truth. They had the power, so therefore it must be true. Dragons granted small amounts of power to the dragon priest in exchange for absolute obedience. In turn, the dragon priest ruled men as equals to the kings. Dragons, of course, could not be bothered with actual ruling, and at Mora, where Ysgramor's people come from, the dragon priests demanded tribute and set down laws and codes of living that kept peace between dragons and men. In Tamriel, they were not nearly as benevolent. It's unclear if this was due to an ambitious dragon priest or a particular dragon or a series of weak kings. Whatever the cause, dragon priests began to rule with an iron fist, making virtual slaves of the rest of the population. When the populace rebelled, the dragon priests retaliated. When the dragon priests could not collect the tribute or control the masses, the dragon's response was swift and brutal. So it was the Dragon War began. At first, men died by the thousands. The ancient texts reveal that a few dragons took the side of men. Why they did this is not known. The priests of the 9 divines claimed that it was Akatosh himself that intervened. From these dragons, men learned magics to use against dragons. The tide began to turn, and dragons began to die too. The war was long and bloody. The dragon priests were overthrown, and the dragons were slaughtered in large numbers. The surviving dragons scattered, choosing to live in remote places away from men. The dragon cult itself adapted and survived. They built the dragon mounds, entombing the remains of dragons that fell in the war. They believed that one day the dragons would rise again and reward the faithful. Alright. Which is interesting because if we go to like Forlohost, this is like first era like recording. Like Redguard, who was the dragon priest, was still alive. So like he kind of got like immortality, it seems, but at the same time they're also trying to live forever. I know that too. So if there was 9 dragon priests, this is pretty much like the 9 holds of Skyrim then. We gotta find like the various different capitals. I know Labyrinthian was probably likely a capital. No, we know Forelhost was a monastery. And I assume that the ruins with the near Falkreath with the 2 different entrances are just like an arena. Yeah, and then go ahead and do the Daedra, so we know how many Daedra there are. We probably need to do the Book of Daedra. Azura, whose sphere is dusk and dawn, the magic in between realms and twilight, known as the Moon Shadow, Mother of the Rose, and Queen of the Night Sky. Boethia, whose sphere is deceit and conspiracy in secret plots of murder, assassination, treason, and unlawful overthrow of authority. Bavix File, whose sphere is the granting of power and wishes through ritual invocations and pact. So that's what, 4? There's 1, 2, 3. 4, Hermaeus Mora, whose sphere is scrying of the tides of fate in the past and of the past and future as read in the stars and heavens, and in whose dominion are the treasures of knowledge and memory. That's 4. 5, Hircine, whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the great game, the chase, known as the huntsman and the father of man-beasts. 6, Malakath, whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned and ostracized, the keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse. 6, Mayrn's Dagon, whose sphere is destruction, change, revolution, energy, and ambition. 7, Mephala, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, known by the names Web Spinner, Spinner, and Spider, whose only consistent theme seems to be interference of the affairs of mortals for her amusement. Meridia, it's 8. Oh yeah, we have Meridia's beacon, whose sphere is obscured into mortals, who's associated with energies of living things. 9, Molag Bal, whose sphere is the domination and enslavement of mortals, whose desire is to harvest the souls of mortals and to bring mortal souls within his sway by spreading seeds of strife and discord in the mortal realms. Namira, whose sphere is the ancient, this is 10, who is the ancient darkness, known as the spirit Daedra, ruler of sundry dark and shadowy spirits associated with spiders, insects, slugs, and other repulsive creatures, which inspire mortals with an instinctive revulsion. Nocturnal, it's 11, whose sphere is the night and darkness, is known as the night mistress. 12, Periite, whose sphere is the, oh yeah, I know Periite, it's on that mountain in Markarth. His sphere is the ordering of the lowest orders of Oblivion, known as the Taskmaster. 13, Sanguine, whose sphere is hedonistic revelry and debauchery, a passionate indulgence of dark natures. 13, Sheogorath, oh yeah, Sheogorath, whose sphere is madness, whose motives are unknowable. I think it's 14, Varnmira, Varnima, whose sphere is the realm of dreams and nightmares, and from whose realm forth evil omens. Especially marked for special interest under your heading Malakath, you find a reference to Scourge, blessed by Malakath and dedicated to the use of mortals. In short, reference just any Daedra attempt to invoke weapons power. The weapon's power will be expelled in the void streams of Oblivion. Of the legendary artifacts of the Daedra, many are well known, like Azura's Star, Sheogorath's Wabajack. Others are less known, like Scourge's, like Scourge, Mechan's Hammer, Bane of Daedra. Yet though Malakath blessed Scourge to be potent against his Daedric kin, he thought not that it should fall into Daedric hands, then to serve as a tool for private war among Catif, Caitiff, and Forsaken. Thus did Malakath curse the device such that should any dark kin seek to invoke its powers, that the void should open and swallow that Daedra and purge him into Oblivion void streams, from thence to pathfind back to the real and unreal worlds in the full order of time. Yeah, we'll hold on the Book of Daedra. So we have like 14 Daedric artifacts we gotta go get. Well, 13, because Nocturnal is usually... the Nocturnal I know is associated with the Thieves Guild. So we're probably not going to get all of them. Or get most of them. Let's go ahead and drop most of the books. Alright, let's go. I know of Sanguine's Rose, which is that drunk guy in the tavern you go into. We could do that. Yeah, don't I have ore? Let's drop that off.
Can I help you?
This is where I live, my man. Dude, why is Lydia making armor? Dude, I'd be so mad. Yeah, it's like 11:30 at night. And Lydia's making armor. So legitimately, why is Lydia such a horrible person? Wonder how many troll skulls I have now. I have 4 with me. Yeah, we gotta drop off the Daedra Heart here too. That gives us what, 3? Yep, we got 3 Daedra Hearts. We only need like 17 more. Only 17 more. So we got 13 troll skulls. You know, only 17 more Daedra Hearts. Not like they're rare to get or anything. What's wrong with her?
Need something?
You know what? Wait just a second. Wait just a second. You're getting promoted.
Oh, did you need something?
Honor to you, my Thane.
You know what? You brought this on yourself.
It just feels right somehow. Well, it's been fun. I guess I'll head back to work.
Honor to you, my Thane. Looks like you've already got something with you. I am your sword and your shield. Lead the way. I'm right behind you. I'll head back home if you need me. What do you need?
Can I make him a steward? Can we just sacrifice Lydia? I might sacrifice Lydia, honestly. Lydia has annoyed me this entire game.
I could really use some more experience in the field. I'd be happy to join you again, and it won't cost a thing. I'm ready to go.
You want to be steward of this place?
At first, I thought I'd miss farming. I guess I've had my fill of it, because I don't miss it at all. This new armor fits me like a glove.
Yeah, I'll come back and get you. I actually like you.
It's been fun. I guess I'll head back to Rorikstead.
I'll come back and get you. We're killing Lydia. I know she's my steward, but I really don't care.
I trust you're not planning any trouble.
I hate Lydia this gameplay. This playthrough, Lydia is annoying me to no ends. First, every time I enter my own house, she's like, what's going on here?
I've never seen Mjol this upset about anything.
Dude, Aaron's such a big creep. What's wrong? Alright,
Long life to you, Thane.
follow me.
Lead the way.
You have anything that I'd possibly
Still here.
like to keep before murdering you?
How can I serve you, my Thane?
Okay, now. Yep. Follow me. Quite literally, every time I enter my house in Whiterun, she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I live here, you idiot. You're supposed to protect me. And then she's doing all that nonsense. Just to get rid of her. Yeah, I'll come back and get you. I actually like
I
you.
could really use some more experience in the field. I'd be happy to join you again, and it won't cost a thing.
You want to be a blade? Let's make Eric a blade. So we already have 2 people we know we want to have as the blades. Just go ahead. Let's get rid of Lydia. Let's just kill her. I vote that we don't feel sorry for her at all. Wow, isn't this great, Lydia? Just me, you, nature, and some Daedric dog. I'm just killing off Lydia right now. I don't care anymore. Worst part about it is I usually like Lydia, but I don't know what is her malfunction. She has to be such a jerk in this playthrough. Like, she's literally just been the most annoying person in this entire game. And I assume we can get a new steward. If we can't get a new steward, well then, whatever. We go as a Boethia quest. There we go. Boethia's calling. Let's say it's up by Windhelm. All right, if our kids ask what happened to Lydia, let's say Mule's like, "Oh, hey, what happened to Lydia?" We can be like, "She got hit by a troll or something." I don't know. Doesn't sound suspicious at all. I think there's an entrance to the cave up there or something. You just find the entrance. It's right there. But they didn't expect this, did they?
Ah, you've got the axe. And my dog. Splendid.
We're back. Now fulfill your end of the bargain.
Excellent work. A hero and his faithful companion retrieving the ancient artifact for the prince. It's almost storybook. Ah, but it almost seems a shame to give a weapon like that away, doesn't it? I suppose I could be persuaded to let you keep it. But only if you use the axe to kill Barbas. Simple as that.
No deal. Take the axe and take back Barbas. I don't want that dog around.
You're no fun at all. Guess I'll have to make my own fun elsewhere. And with the pup back, I'll be restored to my full power. There's a whole world just waiting for me. Trust you. Yeah, dog gets master, master gets cosmic axe. Everyone's happy. Just get over here, mutt.
What?
Don't worry, I'll make sure he sees the light. I trusted you, now you trust me. Ah, that feels so much better. You forget how nice supreme power feels until you've been stuck in a cave for a few years. It's a shame you wished for something so dull as me taking back the mutt. Quite the lack of imagination on your part. A lack of ambition like that really ought to be punished. Perhaps by turning you into a worm, or maybe a few decades Oh, fine. Have my boon and be done with it. I've got more interesting deals to make anyway.
Nice. Let's check out this boon. Mask. Price 20% better. That's actually pretty good. 7% speechcraft. Plus 10 speechcraft, 5%. Magic regenerates 10%, 5% faster. Cool. Dude, why is Lydia so angry? Oh my goodness. She just looked angry earlier. Let's just go kill her. Go kill her and get wherever the world Boethiah wants to give us. Well, we're going from city to city. We really need to go into inn and ask for rumors.
Never should have come here.
Don't really feel that bad. Sorry. We want Whirlwind's front. There we go.
What? Ah!
So far, we haven't got a single Danger Heart from one. Actually, we get one, but not really the way I thought we'd be fighting Dremora. Not gonna lie. So, as soon as we start fighting Dremora, we'll get Danger Hearts, and it'll be fantastic. I know in Oblivion you get like a whole bunch of them. I plan on doing a mage build for Oblivion. So, what I want to do is I want to do a mage build for Morrowind and Oblivion. And then do a mage build for Skyrim. When did I do that playthrough next? For Daggerfall and Arena, it's going to be whatever works the best, probably. Just start out with that way, and so I learn the mechanics, I can go back and do a different build once I understand the game better. Battlespire, it's going to be something of the same. And then Adventures Redguard, I have that one. And that one's going to be interesting. I don't think I have Adventures Dawnstar. You just cut through. I don't think I've done anything in between, in the middle of Windhelm / Riften, so we can go ahead and start cutting through. Maybe I have. I forget that I've explored like 95% of the map. At least vanilla Skyrim's map. Once we hit DLC territory, I got no clue. There's a spot we haven't done yet. Are they chasing the... Yep. The vampire Skyrim belongs to the Nords. Now we're kind of really going off the path, but let's go do this, whatever this is, and then we can keep going. I don't think whatever Boethiah is going to give us is going to be more than like 90 pounds. I could be wrong, but I think that's the Skooma Den, which we're going to visit quite often in our mage playthrough. Rift Watchtower.
I'm warning you. Back off. Over over here. Now you can.
I think that went pretty well. Oh, they got a couple books in here. True Nature of Orcs. I'll grab that. Thank you. Halgerd's Tale. We'll grab that one. Thank you, thank you. Do you have any more perks I could use? I have 2 actually. Man, if we get the armor doesn't weigh anything, we can grab so much more stuff. Man, this is fantastic. Is it only when I'm wearing it? Oh, yeah, it's only when I'm wearing it. Look how much faster we're going. We're just going way off the beaten path. I want to say this is the skooma den. Look at all that smoke coming out from there. Yep.
I got nothing on me. If you're looking for skooma, head on downstairs.
Yep, it is. Let's go beat up some animals. In the game, of course. And I didn't realize that we're on a cliff. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Become Ethereal. Or Ethereal. I always keep saying Ethereal. It's Ethereal. I'm gonna pull an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Fight!
How much of an Obi-Wan Kenobi? Our heart was in the right spot, at least.
What was that? What was that?
There's really nothing here. That's a first. Here we go. This just seems more of like a Obi-Wan Kenobi thing.
Fight!
Oop. There's a random tower. Or a cat or a fort. Let's go beat it up. Oop, dragon. I bet you more than anything, I bet it might kill us, but I think we could probably land on top of that. We can just cut the entire area and just run backwards. Roll and sprint. 3, 2, 1.
What? Nah!
It would work, but there's nothing up here. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's pull the biggest Obi-Wan Kenobi now.
Fight!
You won't leave here alive.
Hello there. Okay, there we go. Dude, I'd be so confused if that. Oh, Mistwatch Bandits. Special name.
This what you want, huh?
That was epic. I low-key don't want the dragon to despawn, so I think we're gonna come back to this here in a minute. I think we killed everyone. Let's go fight the dragon. Oh, this is the Acronaut Stone. Those under the Acronaut absorb a portion of incoming spells and have a larger pool, but recover it more slowly. That sounds cool. Yeah, we need to come here for the mage build. I think this is a frost dragon. Come on, land. Come on, buddy. Feel free to land. Come on. He's not landing. Alright. Oh, you're dead. Might be because of... I'll probably respawn from there. Why am I not absorbing the dragon? You not absorb the dragon if you've already killed it a couple times there? So, I mean, that's interesting. I guess we'll have to keep going, I guess. I thought it would kill. I thought we'd be able to absorb it, but we weren't. Oop, and there's a little spot right there too we gotta go visit. That's kind of disappointing, but at least we got some supplies, I guess, from the dragon.
Who's there?
Churster?
Stendar's mercy. You
Reister?
aren't one of them. Please, you've got to help me.
Oh, what's going on?
It's my wife, Viola. I think she's being held in this tower.
Calm down, something happened.
I'm sorry. You're right. Let me explain. Viola, my wife, left the farm on errands and never came back. It's been months, and I've been searching for her since. I heard a rumor that these bandits were ransoming captives, so I thought she may be here. I managed to sneak past the guards and get this far, but I don't think I can go on. I'm no warrior. Please, can you look for her?
Sure, well, I'll look for her.
Thank you. I don't have much, but I can give you some coin for the trouble. One of the guards dropped this key while I hid. I wager it'll come in handy for you. Please hurry. Until you find out whether Viola is here, there's nothing I care to discuss.
This guy's nothing but business. Yelling at a guy in ebony armor. He's lucky I'm a nice guy. Oh my goodness. I was not ready for that one. Let's go and wait, because that was a lot of damage. I was not ready for that. Ow. Rip. Let's go up a little bit. It's probably right here. So go up this a little right here. Here we go. Ragged robes. Ragged robes. Hey, this is their feeding people. That's pretty nice. At least they have some sort of standard. Lower balcony. This isn't that bad of a spot. West Tower. So the only reason why they'd be holding this lady up here is if there's some sort of unique thing. She's she could also be a follower if she's locked up here. There's probably some special reason she's locked up here. She could also not be here at all. I mean, that could be her for all I know, but it's Viola, so it's a Nord. Get out of my way.
Be careful.
Get out of my way. Thank you.
I guess I was just hearing things.
Can't wait to kill her.
Time to end this little game. I've had enough of you.
Higher balcony. This is such a good fort. Good area. East Tower.
I've
Alright, let's see what's going on here.
All right, Snowback. Who are you and what are you doing in my tower?
Stand aside, woman. I'm here for Fiola.
Fiola? How do you know that name?
Her husband sent me. Where is she?
Krister? He's here?
Wait, you know him?
The fool's my husband. I'm Fiola. Or I was, once. Don't you see? I left that old scab, came home to Skyrim, and found this rabble of bandits. Didn't take much to prove myself and knock them into shape. Now every free blade from here to Windhelm wants to sign on for a peace.
That's quite the story.
And it won't end here. I'd die before I went back.
There's no way you'll come peacefully.
None. Not back to him.
What am I supposed to tell Krister?
I don't know. I never expected the old bag to follow me so far. Just get rid of him. But don't kill him. I don't hate the man. I just want him to go back to his farm and forget about me.
She's a bandit, so let's just kill her.
Better men have tried. Let's finish this. All right, Snowback. Who are you and what are you doing in my tower? Until next time.
There we go. Walking the world. That's a lot of volumes. Song Penal. Thief of Virtue. I got those books. Bandit Leader. That's cool. She likes playing a flute. Wolf Queen, Volume 2. We need that. And then Algerd's Tale. We got. What's this? Go tell him that we found his wife dead. It was too late. There's nothing we could have done. And he's gonna be like, you strip murdered him, and be like, we gotta kill the guy too now. Do I die? All right.
What news? Why isn't Fiola with you?
I had to kill her. She attacked me.
What? My Fiola would never! You monster! I'll kill you for this!
Well, I think this went well. All right, let's go. Let's leave. This went exactly as I thought it would. Sorry, I'm getting some water. Here we go. All right. Let's see what this is. I'll take your ancient arrows. Thank you, thank you. So in terms of the dragon cult, if this is assumed what it's supposed to be, what would this be? It may not even be the dragon cult though. There's dragon's tongue laying around, so it might be. Because there's a, well, also there's a dragon altar right there too for them. Wouldn't it be too much of a shock to say maybe there was a little like town or a couple or a small village right there? Could be stretching though. This seems like a reasonable event right here. Wolf Queen Volume 4, I'll take that. We need more Wolf Queen stuff. Vegete. Real Baron's Eye. Oh, we need that. Book of Daedra, we have that. But let me see what... Oh, that's what that is. Check out this cave while we're going. We'll get there eventually. I'm trying to cover... Oh, there's a mine. We could try for... There's a mine and there's a orc stronghold. We could try for... See if there's any ebony. I'm sure there's an area for ebony mining somewhere in the game. What this is. Crag Wallow Slope. Bandits or Falmer? That's my question.
Never should have come here.
It's neither. It's actually mages. Mages terrify me. Mages is probably the only thing that can actually probably have a good chance of killing my character right now.
What was that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to take your clothing. Go ahead and save in case something gets weird. Oh nope, we went this way. Yeah, there might be a Daedra heart here with all these mages. This is stuff about Ulfric. We got Master Conjurer. Oh my goodness. I think she might actually kill me. Do I have any resist anything? Let's do as much skooma as possible.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm like, I just got like super high. Dude. Let's wait a minute. Oof. That was a real doozy. Hag Raven, small antlers, vampire dust. I'll take this. Ooh, books. Frontier Conquest. Mention of the Ancestor Moth. Bigger Prince, Rising Threat, Wolf Queen. And take volume 3. Real Olaf, the Book of Daedra, Olaf. We got some of these already. Take Baron's Eye in case we need that one. Take Horker's Stew for any day of the week. Sell that. The Lunar Lorcan. They'll tell us more about Lorcan. Then we have Wabajack, take that. Clarion the Mystic. Myths of Sheogorath, let's take that. Alden is real. We already have that one. Song of Pelennor. Version 8? I don't think I have version 8. I only have version up until 7. Wisp Mother. Frontier. Gotta grab Wisp Mother. Or it's Dream of Sovngarde. With the Sheogorath. We already got Myths of Sheogorath. Yep, we did. First Hold Revolt, Cats of Skyrim. The Black Arrow, Volume 1. Alright. There we go. It's still the staff familiar, might get something for it. Alright, Walking the World. Might have this one already, but let's go ahead and take it again. Orker Attacks, have that one. Baron's Eye, Volume 1. Cross Daggers, take this one. Talos Mistake. Wolf Queen, Volume 2, Words of Skyrim. Let's keep going. How much weight? Oh, yeah, it's 6 pounds. I'm getting close. I need to sell some stuff in Windhelm. You sell something at Windhelm. I think it's all my dragon bones.
Never should have come here.
Yeah, I could drop. If I have a couple of the same books, we can drop some of them. Daedra. Wolf Queen, drop that, drop that, drop that. Let's see what this orc stronghold has to offer. Appears to be connected to him. Oh, there it is. Hello, friends.
Urag and Dushnamub were such lovely children. I held them as they watched their mothers die after birth. They know me best now. Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Yeah, I sure am. I'll just start selling you random stuff I'm not using. Whatever. Here we go. Hello.
My brother keeps trying to spin these fantasies to me about my aunts and our father. He's crazy.
There's a cellar. It's kind of terrifying.
The great stronghold of Narzlbur welcomes you, outsider.
Any work to be done in the stronghold?
How about a test? Your muscle against mine. The victor gains 100 gold coins from the loser.
You're on.
This will be good training. Let's go. Come on. Let's see what you're made of. Enough! This ends now!
12 septims on the big one.
You bested me. An orc chief. Impressive.
I earned my coin, I think.
That you have. Here.
So we already have the blades we want to use now. I do wonder what's down there. Everything's all locked up.
May your next
Am I just proving that I'm the super orc chief guy or whatever? True nature of the orcs. Code of Malakath. I'll take the Code of Malakath. As I quickly run out of room for anything. I've never seen this ever before in my life. The long Laffy Taffy treat. Yeah, I didn't know that the orcs cuisine is Laffy Taffy.
My brother.
Oh, this is probably the... Aw. I'm curious what's in the cellar. There's some rumors about incest going on in here. This is kind of spooky and horrible.
Are you looking to work? The mines are nearby. You bring me ore, I'll give you coin. Haven't you seen how my aunts act with my father? It's beyond strange. The finest weapons and armor.
I have to tell them to knock that nonsense off right now. You with the mask of Clavicus Vile. I got some ebony. I got some
Until
ebony
next
right here too. I get the feeling we found our ebony mine. Okay. Smelter. I don't know, the orc minerals don't give me much hope. Ebony, ebony. Ooh. Nice. Okay, can I take it? I'll take your free stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woundbound mine. Ebony ore. Oh my goodness.
I'm here to mine, Outlander. So unless you want to dig, get out.
Oh, we're gonna dig all right. Yeah, we are going to definitely dig. Yeah, we're coming back to this place. Let's stop by. Do I have enough room? Yeah, I have enough room. Let's go ahead and go to Windhelm.
Orc chiefs should be strong and stand alone. They need no companions. Progeny is a poor excuse.
Some weird stuff going on in this orc stronghold. This just raised an important question though. Like what happens to like the like what happens to the this is where we fought in Kynesgrove. Like there's so little people in the orc stronghold. Well, Skyrim just crashed. There's so little people in the orc stronghold. Unable to sync saves with Steam Cloud, whatever. Hopefully it's okay. Still little people in this orc strongholds. I wonder, like, how do you not like marry your sisters after a certain point in there? Like, do they just be like, hey, you know, go walk over to Garzelber or whatever the other one is, and meet your fourth cousin. You're gonna marry her, because I feel like there's not a lot. At the same time, there are a bunch of people in the mine, so there's a different hierarchy. Let's go ahead and use Whirlwind Sprint. So if you're wondering what that noise is, that's my freezer's ice machine. I grabbed a lot of ice earlier.
What? Nah!
I guess you don't need to go to Windhelm, do we? So we can just go straight there. Guess that's the pathway. Oh, wait a minute. That might be the pathway to the shrine. Pathway to something. I think they got this. Yeah, man, no joke. Yeah, see if you check on your friend. I'll take the lockpick. Thank you, thank you. But I'm a little sad this wasn't what I thought it was. But let's keep going, I guess. Dude, his buddy barely survived that. Got some bandits right there. I think we're really close to Morrowind. Yep, there's Boethiah's place. My turn. Thank you, thank you. Refugees. The first hold revolt. Hey, this has gone pretty well. Can we see a little bit of Morrowind from here? There we go. Decree of Monument. Fourth Era 20. This tower once served as a meeting place for those brave souls who achieved safe passage to Skyrim, would find loved ones and leave notice for others who could not be found. Let stand in honor of those who had the strength and spirit to accept Skyrim's offer, untithed to any thane or hold, and self-governed, with free worship, with no compensation to Skyrim or the Empire, except as right of the armistice of old, wheresoever the might still apply, and henceforth let no man or mercy say that the sons and daughters of Cain are without mercy or honor. We, the Earls of Skyrim, hereby decree the site as monument to the struggle of those who fled their native home of Morrowind in the time following Red Mount, the Red Year. I see anything? Like more of Skyrim to me. Some iron ore. Looks like we ran up the wrong way.
Do your worst.
Thank you. Oh no, those poor souls. Let's go ahead and do more health. To get our one-handed, yep. Nice, we maxed out that. Find the Shrine of Boethia, find the Call of Boethia. There's a cult.
Do you wish to test yourself against me?
Maybe we're not sacrificing Lydia.
A well-placed word or a well-placed dagger, both can achieve equal purposes. Do you wish to test yourself against me?
Though we live in shadow, we carve indelible signs of our passing into the world.
This is your last mistake! Though we live in shadow, we carve indelible signs of our passing into...
We are Lord Boethia's faithful. Have you come to test your mettle?
Who's Boethia?
The Lord of Plots, Deceiver of Nations, Devourer of Trinomac. The Queen of Shadows, Goddess of Destruction, he who destroys, and she who erases. Many are our Lord's lofty names, but they befit only us mortals.
Devourer of Trinomac?
Intone her mighty names from now until the end of time. It is for naught. Names mean nothing to our Lord. She only cares for those who care for themselves, whose hearts are full of purpose, whose lives are full of deeds.
My heart is full of purpose and my life is full of deeds.
If you desire a glimpse of our dark mistress, then this is what you must do. First, prove your tongue can wield a lie. Find someone, gain his trust, lead him to the shrine above. Next, instruct your thrall to touch the pillar of sacrifice. Its magic will ensnare him, rendering him helpless. Then, girded with certitude, plant the ceremonial blade deeply, so that the waters of his heart wash over you. If your will is strong enough, it will stir Boethia in her dark mansion, and she will appear before us.
I'll do it.
That remains to be seen. But if it is so, and if Boethia appears, then we will welcome you as one of us.
Ooh, we got a Blade of Sacrifice. I'll gladly take a Blade of Sacrifice. Look at that. Is that ebony?
You won't even live to regret this! That's all you got? You were weak. Now you are dead. What signs have you left of your passing for us to remember you by?
Take another one. Thank you. Interesting. That's cool.
Do you wish to test yourself against me?
I almost activated that. That would have been bad. Alright. I was like, wait a minute, that's the thing.
A well-placed word or a well-placed dagger, both can achieve equal purposes.
What do you need?
Uses the pillar of sacrifice.
Okay, got it.
Do you wish to test yourself against me?
Okay, got it.
Can use both of them. Just dual wield.
Wearing flesh is so distasteful. You have caught my attention, mortal. That is most unwise. Tell me, why have you slain this one who trusted you here upon my shrine?
I have slain Lydia to gain your favor.
My favor? My good pleasure is not some trophy for mortal sport. I should slay you for such insolence.
I'm not afraid of you.
Is that so? You should be. Though a heart without fear is something I can use. Perhaps you are the one I seek. We shall soon find out. Listen, all of you! Hear me. I have need of a warrior. Only the most ruthless, cunning, and agile will do. You have gathered here night after night, sacrificing fools upon my shrine. And sparring aimlessly with yourselves. But which among you truly exceeds the rest? Prove yourselves to me. I have a special task for whichever of you is left standing.
Here we go! We've got an assassin! Check the shadows! No. In your blood!
Gotta kill that guy.
You're gonna pay! You'll beg me to kill you before I'm...
Well done. You have proven the strength of your will and your tongue's gift for lies. You have shown ferocity and prowess in combat. Now the time has come for a final proving. Are you able to cast aside your honor and strike with the hidden blade?
Why not? Honor is a coward's tool. I'll do whatever you ask.
I have little need for mindless thralls. My servants serve their own purposes, but if their will is insufficient, nor suitably aligned with mine, I simply destroy them. Which brings me to my present concern. My previous champion displeases me. It is time he is replaced in the traditional fashion.
Where can I find him?
You will find him holed up at Knife Point Ridge, where he plays king to bandits and highwaymen.
What's done to displease you?
For a time he served his purpose, but that time has ended. He uses my gifts for his own amusement, and the only amusement I tolerate is my own.
Who is he?
I am loath to utter his name. One cannot erase a thing if it has a name to be remembered.
Say no more. He's as good as dead.
Kill every single member of his band. Do so as silently and invisibly as you can, for this is not about you. You are to be my instrument in this. Slay him in the coldest of blood. Do not give him the dignity of defending himself. Once his corpse lays cold upon the ground, and all trace of his followers erased, retrieve my ebony mail, a gift fit only for my true champion.
May your will carve itself upon the world.
Cool. Where's at Knife Point Ridge? On the other side. I don't know about being stealthy. We can just Fusordal him and see if that just kills him. I think we have a shout nearby, don't we? It's kind of nearby. Iron Bind Barrow.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
It's Lydia. Or an empty bowl and the name of your Balgruth Graders. Great regret that before Lydia's death, Jesus bequeathed you a measure of inheritance amount of 300 gold pieces. The Earl Court is levied an amount of 30 gold pieces from the sum as the lawful and honorable due tax. The remainder has been committed unto the care of the trusted courier for deliverance. While all of the Earl's Court grieves with you on this day, we rejoice in the knowledge that the deceased was the possession of dear friends and well to communicate unto them. May this lawful bestowed inheritance prove as a reminder of your enduring faith. What other at the Earl's would evidence according unto you both. So I think this is probably a good spot to end for now. There's some stuff I want to watch that starts soon, and we got a couple hours, and I learned a whole lot today. Hope you did too. Hope you learned something from me playing Skyrim. The lore books and everything's interesting. So pretty much there's the Sithis, and then there's the other one. They require nothing and everything. And then there's well, I'll have to look more into it. I can probably make a video and stuff talking about all this stuff once I get further in the